Now, you may not be thrilled with your current situation, but here's the truth. You are exactly where you need to be based upon your past. And guess what? You're also exactly where you need to be to create a new future. So it's time to learn to love and accept yourself and believe in your power to transform into a new and improved version of yourself. Welcome to the Personal Mastery and Growth Podcast, where we explore the keys to unlocking your full potential and living your best life. I'm your host, Jose Johnson. Whether you're looking to make a breakthrough, overcome a challenge, or simply live with greater clarity, joy, and purpose, you'll find the tools and inspirations you need right here. So let's start your journey towards personal mastery and growth right now. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Personal Mastery and Growth Podcast. I'm your host, Jose Johnson. I'm an expert in the fields of mindfulness, mindset, and peak performance. And I'm so excited to have you here with me today. And today we're going to take a dive into a topic that's all about the three people you need to know much better. And those three people are your past self, your present self, and your future self. So let's talk about the present. This very moment, well, that's where the magic happens. The moment of infinite possibilities. This is the place where we have the power to make choices, take actions, and to shape our lives. But before we get too caught up in the whirlwind of emotions, it's essential for us to take a step back and look at our past and present selves with a little bit of logic. It's time to remove those emotional overlays and see the facts and patterns without judgment or excuses. So what I'd like you to do is to think about your past self as the foundation of who you are today. It's the person you used to be, the one who made all of the choices, faced all of the challenges, and learned all of those valuable lessons along the way. When you understand your past self, you gain insights into why you think and act the way you do. You can identify the patterns, you can recognize your growth, and hopefully you can learn from your mistakes. It's an opportunity to reflect on your life's journey up to that point. It's an opportunity to appreciate your resilience and recognize the strengths you developed along the way. When we examine our past without judgment, we can learn from both our successes and our failures, and we can use those lessons to propel us forward. Now, if we shift our focus to the present, you, right here, right now, your present self is the person you are in this very moment. It's the culmination of all of your past experiences, and it's also the launching pad for your future. Do you remember our first episode? It was all about accepting the truth and embracing the phrase, "It is what it is, but it becomes what you make it." And if you haven't listened to it yet, make sure you do right after you finish this episode, because it's going to help you to put all of this together. Our present self is a reflection of all of the habits, the actions, the thoughts, and the beliefs that we've accumulated along the way. And if we want to have a different future, well, we need to start making different decisions and taking new actions right here and right now. So think about it. Our present self is the bridge between our past and our future. It's the space where we have the power to shape our destiny. And when we have a logical approach, we can evaluate our present circumstances with clarity. What are the thoughts? What are the beliefs? What are the values that have been guiding your choices? What are your goals and your aspirations? What strengths and weaknesses do you possess? By understanding your present self, you can make conscious choices, better choices, that align with your true desires and your aspirations. The present is where you have the power to take small steps, embrace new opportunities, and create positive change. By being fully present and aware of who you are right now, you can make intentional decisions that lead you towards personal growth and fulfillment. Now, let me share a little bit of wisdom from one of my favorite authors and thought leaders, Dr. Joe Dispenza. He talks about breaking the habit of being you. To create a new and amazing future you desire, you have to upgrade your thoughts and your beliefs in the present. To step into a fresh, awe-inspiring future, you must break free from the emotional chains of your past. Remember, Our past does not define us, and our future, well, it's not set in stone. We have the power to shape our destinies right here in this present moment. And that is where having a clear picture of your future self comes into play. There's an old saying that goes, keep on doing what you've always done, and you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. So if you want your future self to be an improved version of who you are at this very moment, you need to upgrade your thoughts, beliefs, and habits. Because what we think and what we believe determines what actions we take and what decisions we make. In fact, research from Harvard Business School suggests that making decisions based on our future selves can have a profound impact on our lives. When we prioritize our future well-being and make choices that benefits our future selves, we tend to experience greater satisfaction, success, and overall well-being. But to do that, you need to have a clear picture of who that person is. If you want to create a new you, let them make the decisions, as opposed to allowing your current and past habits to drive the bus. So envision your future self, the person you aspire to become. Close your eyes and imagine the life you want to live. What achievements do you see? What kind of impact do you want to make on the world? When we visualize our future self, we create a roadmap for personal growth and development. It's like having a guiding star that inspires us to take action in the present, knowing that each step is going to bring you closer to your ultimate dream. Now, we're going to take a little side trip into the woo-woo here for a minute, and we're going to dive into the realm of the law of attraction. It's the idea that by aligning our thoughts, emotions, and energies with our desired outcome, we can attract those very things into our lives. Now, typically, emotions are the end results of an experience, and that's because we use emotions to give meaning to the things that we've experienced. We get something that we want, and we feel successful or we feel grateful. We don't get it, well, we may feel worthless and disappointed. So instead of waiting for the results to bring us the emotions that we're looking for, we're going to flip the script. We're going to embrace those positive emotions first. By feeling the love, joy, or gratitude that we're looking to find in the present moment, we open ourselves up to the abundance that awaits us. By shifting our perspective and living in alignment with the emotions we desire, we attract the experiences and opportunities that match those emotions. So develop those feelings, and they will support the thoughts and beliefs that your future self need. The stronger the emotion, well, the better the result. Because guess what happens when you truly embrace your worthiness? You become a magnet for love, for success, and for anything else that you desire. When you establish a strong relationship with yourself based on love and self-acceptance, you radiate confidence and you attract opportunities that align with your authentic self. So remember, you are worthy of all the goodness that life has to offer. So as we come to the end of this episode, I want to take a moment and reflect on the power of knowing your past self, embracing your present self, and envisioning your future self. This understanding is the key to unlocking your personal mastery and experiencing transformative growth. Remember, you have the ability to change and shape your destiny. By acknowledging the lessons of your past, living with intention in the present, and aligning your choices with your future vision, you can create a life filled with purpose, fulfillment, and ultimately success. So let's break this down into these 3 steps. First, reflect on your past. Take some time to dig deep into your past experiences. Reflect on the challenges you faced, the lessons you've learned, and the moments that have shaped you. Acknowledge both the triumphs and the struggles, for they've all contributed to who you are today. By understanding your past self, you gain valuable insights into your strengths, your weaknesses, and ultimately your patterns of behavior. Use this understanding to celebrate your growth, to learn from your mistakes, and to make conscious choices that align with your authentic self. Number 2, embrace your present self. Embracing your present self means fully inhabiting the present moment and being aware of who you are in the here and now. That's the good, that's the bad. Take a moment to check in with yourself, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Think about your values. What are your passions? Think about the things that bring you joy and fulfillment. When you live with intention and align your choices with your values and goals, then you can create a life that's in harmony with your truest self. All right, so remember, practice self-compassion and kindness as you navigate the complexities of your life. Embrace your unique journey and trust in your ability to make choices that support your personal growth. Number 3, envision your future. Now, let's look ahead to your future self, the person you aspire to become. Visualize the life you desire, the goals you want to achieve, and the impact that you want to make on the world. Allow yourself to dream big and let your imagination take off. Write down your aspirations, the big ones and the small ones, and consider the steps that you might need to take to bring them to fruition. So remember, your future self is not a distant figure, but it's a guiding force that informs the choices that you need to make in the present. By aligning your actions with your future vision, you set yourself on a path towards personal mastery and a life that is aligned with your deepest desires. And here's one more thing that I want you to think about. It's all about changing the nature of the relationships you have with your 3 selves. First, let's talk about your past. Have you ever done things that you're not proud of or wish you hadn't done? Well, trust me, we all have. But here's the key. You need to forgive yourself and make peace with your past. Holding on to regrets or beating yourself up over past mistakes will only keep you stuck. We have to let go and realize that your past doesn't define you. It's time to take control and create a new relationship with your past, one that allows you to learn from your experiences and then move forward. Now, let's shift our focus to the present, you in this very moment. It's important to accept and make peace with who you are right now. Your current circumstances are a direct result of the choices you've made, whether it's what you choose to do, how you responded, or what you believed. It all led you to where you are right now. Now, you may not be thrilled with your current situation, but here's the truth. You are exactly where you need to be based upon your past. And guess what? You're also exactly where you need to be to create a new future. So it's time to learn to love and accept yourself and believe in your power to transform into a new and improved version of yourself. The desire for change is the first step towards growth. And now let's talk about the future self. Imagine the excitement parents feel when they find out they're going to have a baby. The baby isn't even here yet, but they already love it and are thrilled about the endless possibilities. They start prepping, creating an environment that will nurture this little soul. Well, why can't you do the same for yourself? Be excited about your journey. Get ready to meet your future self with open arms. Start laying the foundation for the life that your future self will thrive in. Invest in yourself. Acquire the skills and knowledge that you're going to need and surround yourself with the right support system. Believe that the person you're becoming is worth every ounce of your effort and your dedication. So remember, by changing the nature of your relationships with your past, present, and future selves, you open the door to personal transformation and growth. Embrace forgiveness, self-acceptance, and excitement for what lies ahead. It's time to build a brighter future and become the best version of yourself. Now it's time for a call to action. Take a journal or a notebook and dedicate some time each day to explore each of these 3 selves. Reflect on your past, celebrate your present accomplishments, and visualize the ideal future. Write down your insights, your aspirations, your inspirations, and the steps you can take to bridge the distance between your current self and your future self. Embrace this practice as an ongoing journey of your self-discovery and growth. And remember, this journey of personal mastery and growth is ongoing. It's not about achieving perfection. but rather it's about embracing progress and continuously evolving into the best version of yourself. All right, so thank you for joining me on this episode of the Personal Mastery and Growth Podcast. I hope you found it enlightening and inspiring. And make sure you stay tuned for more valuable content on how you can grow into the best possible version of yourself. So until next time, remember, folks, it is what it is, but it becomes what you make it. So make it great. Thanks for tuning in. Before we wrap up, I just want to remind you that the information shared in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute for professional advice or treatment. While the content of this podcast is based on research and personal experience, everyone's situation is unique, and the advice given may not be applicable to all. Always consult a qualified professional before making significant changes in your life. The Personal Mastery and Growth Podcast is recorded at the So Good Media Studios, located in the Candy Factory, a co-working space in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.